couple of weeks, including this one. Good morning and welcome to practice. We'll begin seated, whether you are kneeling or more comfortable with your feet out in front. Make sure you've got enough support so your spine can feel long. And we're going to start just moving the spine forward and back. Use your inhalation to reach back when the front of the body is open. And exhalation to reach forward. And reach as far as feels good. Get your joints moving. Oh. Good. Let's add the arms in. Let them be nice and soft in the shoulders and make a wave-like movement. Good. Arms out from the shoulders, come back up to center. And we turn one shoulder back and one shoulder forward. And as you do that from side to side, start to notice that movement in your shoulders and your shoulder blades. Really reach. Remember this one for a nice warm up in the morning with this colder weather. Great. We're going to move so that we're sitting on a blanket with the feet in front now. Legs crossed or out semi-straight. And let's sway from side to side now. You can go a little further and you can make it stronger if you take your opposite arm overhead. But only do that if it feels like you've warmed up or it feels nourishing to your body. Really reaching. And coming back up to center. And little circles around, taking the diaphragm around, level to the floor, and the other direction. Good. And then take an all fours position. Sway the hips from side to side and really let the hips hang over to one side. So let them feel weighty. Good. Stretching the fingers out wide. So the fingerprint pressing the floor. Base of the index fingers. Good. And then come back to center and downward facing dog pose. Tuck your toes under. We will lift the hips high, let the head hang down, and swing the hips side to side. Good. Now we're going to take little steps in your downward facing dog pose with the hands and the feet. So just tiny little steps so you stay on your mat. Forward and then back. And forward. And then back. And last one, forward Try to press your heels down. Even try to walk your feet forward now so you can roll up towards the front of your mat. And take Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. As you exhale, Utkatasana, so drop the hips behind you towards your heels and feel your spine in a healthy position. The front core, the side core of the body supporting. Good, and we're reaching the fingertips, breathing. Bring the hands in front of your heart. We're going to reach the breastbone forward and come into Uttanasana. But we don't have the hands supporting. So keep the spine lengthening, lifting through the kneecaps, the quadriceps. And start to swing your torso from side to side. Just notice how that shifts the stretch across the back of the leg. Not down through one part of those muscles. Good. And then we're going to roll and arms up, Urdhva Hastasana and Tadasana. Inhale, arms up, Urdhva Hastasana, Utkatasana, powerful pose. And feel that powerful lengthening of the spine. A really good grounding through the feet. Parallel, legs parallel. Good. Bring the hands in front of the heart and make Uttanasana. Standing forward bend. Try to get your legs a little bit straighter. Spine a little bit longer. Good. And swaying from side to side. Good. Back to center. And we're going to roll. Arms up. Reach them out to the side. Big stretch for the chest and shoulders. And Tadasana. Upper arms rolling out. Inhale, arms up. Utkatasana. Bottom sits down towards the heels. Reach the thumbs back. Reach out through the small fingers. Powerful legs and core. Beautiful. Uttanasana, standing forward bend, hands in front of the heart. Okay, now we definitely want to find ease for the spine, and ease comes from support and power and awareness. Good, and then reach your arms out by your ears. So we've got more leverage now on the back. If it's too strong, put your hands back in front of your heart. And swaying from side to side. Really reaching through your arms. Keep the back of the neck long and relaxed. And then hands back in front of your heart as you roll up. The arms up by the ears, Urdhva Hastasana. Reach the arms out to the side. Tadasana. Standing pose. Mountain pose. Inhale, arms up. A little bit different now. Utkatasana. Uttanasana, you can put your hands down onto the floor. And I didn't say if you like to have your chair and you don't want to put your hands on the floor, you can put your hands on the seat of the chair. Good. We can put the left leg back. Bend your front leg, but reach the torso forward. And try lifting your ribs, right ribs up to the ceiling. So look up past your right shoulder. Try lifting your left rib and look up past your left shoulder. And we're going to keep reaching the torso forward, but keep turning from side to side as you do that. Press your back heel down. Good. So we help ourselves to get the ribs a little further forward. look forward, press the back heel, and now straighten the front leg. Finding that stretch, but without losing that sense of ease in the spine. Soft skin over the spine. Finding the stretch. Good. Now we're going to step forward, lift up, and balance on the right leg, and take your balance hold, whatever that might be this morning. Could be tiptoes on the floor, could be holding your knee, could be holding your foot. Standing tall in the spine. Good, and then release. Wednesday, we were concentrating on the Ujjayi breath. Before we do the second side, find that, the breath that you can feel and hear in your throat, and see how it feels doing the same sequence again with the Ujjayi breath awareness. Inhale, arms up, and then Utkatasana, sit bones towards the heels, powerful pose. Ujjayi breath, Uttanasana. Good. Step the right foot back. Feel the breath, hear the breath. Bend your front leg, and with the breath, turning the ribs from side to side, so left rib lift, and then right rib lift. And each time you lift your ribs, try to reach your rib cage a little bit further forward. Press the back heel. Hear the flow of the breath. Connect your movement to that flow of breath. Beautiful. Reaching forward, pressing your back heel and straightening your front leg now. So coming back to center. Straightening. Finding ease in the spine. And using the flow of the breath to help you straighten your leg. Nice work. We're going to step forward, balance, and find your Ujjayi breath. Taking your balance on your left leg. Might be right tiptoes in front, or holding your knee, or holding your foot. Feeling the flow of your breath. Good. And then releasing. Feet underneath. Inhale, arms up. As you exhale, hearing your own breath, we'll come into, Utkatasana. Powerful pose. Keeping the legs parallel. Good. And then Uttanasana. Beautiful. Biggest step back this time. This is for Virabhadrasana 1. So we're going to bend the front knee, press through the back heel. And let's do the ribs again. Lifting the right rib, looking up to the chin. Following the flow of your Ujjayi breath. Try to lift the left ribs a little, look past the left shoulder. Each time you lift the ribs and turn to the side, imagine being able to reach the torso further forward, out and over the right one. Back heel is pressing, back leg is straight and off the floor. Good. Center yourself. Find your Ujjayi breath and lift the torso. Keep the knee bent, the back leg straight. Virabhadrasana 1. Lifting the belly. Excuse me, lifting the breastbone. Draw the shoulder blades down. Good. Now we need to feel really strong in the core of the body and the legs. And we're going to reach the torso and the arms over the front leg, keeping the arms in a straight line with the torso. Find that breath. Good. Bring the hands back to the heart. We're going to step forward, lift up, and balance on the right foot. Take your balance hold. Feel the flow of your breath. Hear the breath. Feel the breath. Good. You can hold your knee or hold your foot, or your tiptoes might be on the floor. But whichever hold, we're going to take the left knee out to the left side. Good. And then releasing that side. Ah. Inhale, arms up. Utkatasana. Feel your Ujjayi breath. Legs stay parallel, feet are parallel. Good. Uttanasana. Big step back with the right foot. Back leg is straight, front leg is bent. And then we start that moving process of trying to lift the left ribs, look back. Lift the right ribs, look back. And keep going. Side to side. Lengthening the rib cage forward over the thigh. Pressing the back heel. Good. And then coming back to center. Really power up your parallel leg. Find the Ujjayi breath, the power of that breath. And we're going to keep the front leg straight and lift the torso, lift the arms. Virabhadrasana 1. Back leg straight. Bend to the front knee, lift the belly, lift the breastbone, draw the shoulder blades down. Okay, strong core. Connected to your breath. Reach your torso and your arms straight out over the left thigh. Press the back heel. Lift the pelvic floor. Good, and then releasing. And we're going to step forward. Lift up and balance. Finding your balance hold. And the right knee is going to go out to the right side. Back to center. And releasing. Feel the breath. The lengthening in your body. Spaciousness of your body. Inhale, arms up. And as you exhale, Utkatasana, powerful pose. Uttanasana, standing forward bend. Now, we're going to take the left leg back, and it's going to be for like a warrior 2 position. So a nice big distance between your feet. Your right heel lining up with your left inner arch. So we're going to bend the right knee and either bring your right hand or your elbow onto the knee. Lift your torso. So your torso is in a line over the leg. Left hand on the left hip. Rolling the left hip back. And play around, feel your way into bending that right knee as deeply as you need to bend it. Feel the lift of the pelvic floor, the lengthening of the spine. We're going to roll the rib cage, left rib up and back. So the heart feels broader, more spacious. And breathing deeply. Good. If it feels okay, take your left arm by your left ear and really reach. Good. And then we're going to swing our arms back to the front of the mat. Turn your feet to face forward so you can step forward, lift up and balance. Finding your breath, whatever balance hold you're working on. Good, and then releasing that side. Tadasana. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Utkatasana. Uttanasana, standing forward bend. Feeling the Ujjayi breath. Letting the body ease where you can ease, stretch where you can stretch. Good. Hands to the seat or the floor and right foot all the way back. Nice big long distance. And we're going to turn the heel down for Warrior Two. Although that's not the posture we're going to do. But do line up your left heel and your center of the right inner arch. And we're going to lift up so we can either put our left hand on the left knee or the left elbow. And bend as deeply into the left knee as your body allows. And even just check it out. Right hand can be on your hip, right hip. Check out what that bending movement means. You don't want to put your knee into a painful position. But just enough for you. And then roll the right hip back, the right rib back. Feel the open heart. Feel the breath. Good. And if it feels okay, take your right arm by your right ear. Svasana. Keep opening the rib cage. Feeling the support of that Ujjayi breath. Nice. We're going to swing the arms back to the front of the mat so you can turn your feet to face forward, step forward, and stand up. Whoa. And balancing on your left leg. You might have your tiptoes on the floor, holding your knee, or holding your foot. But whatever hold, we find length in the spine. Good, and then release. We're going to come to sit down on the floor and think about the way you travel to that position. Try to keep it moving. Try to enjoy and ease in your joints. If you joined just recently, there's some building going on right underneath the floor. We're very fortunate to be getting reverse cycle air conditioning. But also, we're all fortunate to be able to tune into the breath, the Ujjayi breath. Good. We're going to take our twist to the left. Sukhasana, the seated twist. Draw the shoulder blades down. Find that part of your movement that feels like the end of the rain. And then really focus on your body, lengthening your spine, turning the ribs a little more. But then focus on your breathing. Find the movement of your diaphragm and your ribs with the inhalation and the exhalation. The spaciousness in your body on the exhalation. Lowering your attention. Now we're going to keep our twist, but we're going to lift the left hand up by the left ear. So the right hand stays on the left leg. Left hand lifts up. That's complicated, I know. Reach the right ribs over your right thigh. Now you try to keep the rib cage turning to the left as much as you can. Rib cage turning left. And then we're going to reach. Wherever it feels right for your back, breathing deeply down. Ujjayi breath. And then coming up. Nice work. We'll do a little boat pose balance in between sides. So leaning back, balance, and find your powerful spine, where it really feels like the whole core of the body is supporting an easeful spine. I'm holding the front of my knees. It makes it a little bit easier, but I can really tune into what the core of my body is doing in my spine. Okay. Good. And then we'll swap the cross of the legs. How do you remember which one you did the first time? Probably feels unnatural. All right, and we'll turn to the right side. So at first we explore that idea that it's the mind that is directing the movement. So we turn as far as we can. We've followed that instruction. But then really focus on your body, the experience of that in your body. What can you find? And then how about focusing on the breath? Really noticing that there's a whole lot more room to move when the diaphragm moves, when the ribs and the lungs move. Feeling the breath. Okay, now we want to keep this strong twist, but release your right arm from behind you. Lift it up by your right ear. And we're going to take the left rib over the left thigh. Keep the twist of the rib cage. Keep the heart looking upwards towards the ceiling or the sky. And reach as far as feels nourishing for your back. It might only be a little way, but with a lot of, with big heart. Finding your Ujjayi breath. Good. And then inhale and coming up. Great. We're going to take a laying down position. Take the arms straight up from the shoulders and the feet off the floor, knees over the hips. All right, press your lower back into the floor. Now notice if you take your knees further away from your center, it's more work for the core. So you find a position for your knees where you're working the core, but you can keep your back pressing down. Good, that's your beginning position. And then we do left leg out straight near the floor, right arm out straight near the floor. Back to your beginning position. Right leg out straight near to the floor, left arm near to the floor, back to the beginning. Okay, and we're going to keep going from side to side. It becomes more difficult as the muscles fatigue to press your lower back. So keep pressing. Try to keep some skin connection right across your back. Nice work. Put your feet back down on the floor and just relaxing your belly, your core. And we're going to do gentle lifts of bone by bone, starting with the tailbone, pelvis, each vertebra, up to the top, and then back down. And see if you can get a little bit of movement between every vertebra. Even take a little bit of a wriggling approach to what you're doing so that it feels good. So that you're aware it's not just forward and back movement, but side to side. You're 3D. One more. Beautiful work. Now we're going to take the blanket and put that in underneath the pelvis. Okay, bamboo pose. And take cactus arms if that's okay for your shoulders. Elbows out from the shoulders, backs of the hands towards the floor. Try and tuck your shoulder blades under nice and flat. You can do other things with your arms, of course. Rest them by your sides or hands on your belly. We're connecting to the Ujjayi breath here. Feel the movement of the breath in your belly, and with each breath, relax your back a little more. Relax your shoulders a little more. Good. Now you can stay in bamboo pose, or if you'd like to just try a little bit of a shoulder stand preparation, we're going to bring their elbows in close, so their shoulder width, and a little bit of momentum to lift the pelvis up onto the hands. So I'm bent at the hips. If you want to be stronger, you can, but it's too strong on my neck when I'm flat on the floor, so I just like this bent position. To keep the neck long is really important. And feeling that weird sensation in the throat. Feel the Ujjayi breath in the throat. Good, and then we're going to lower down without lifting the head. Without thumping down. Hard to do. And taking the blanket out. Take the arms out from your shoulders. Lift the feet up off the floor. We're going to lift the hips, swing them left, and the knees are going to go right. And we're going to keep moving. Of course, you'll tune into the core power of the body so that there's an ease to this movement for the spine. And you might like to make it stronger by not having the legs as bent. Even you can try with straight legs. I can't take my feet all the way down to the floor with straight legs, so just look at that moment where the core really feels like it's working to hold. Take a moment there. Enjoying the power of the dry breath. The ability to move like this and look after the spine. Back up to center. Hug your knees in and rocking a little bit from side to side. Lengthening the spine. Happy baby pose. Arms on the inside of the knees and hold where you can reach. So you might be able to hold your feet or your ankles or your leggings. Okay, the movement is to bring the knees a little bit closer to the floor and the feet a little bit closer to the wall behind you. And kind of walking your feet back and forward. All right, we're going to take one leg out to straight. And release. And the other leg out to straight and release. All right, now let's make that a little stronger. Think about the knees a little bit further apart, a little bit closer to the floor. And now try to straighten one leg without letting the knee move. More intense experience. Breathing deep and everything else relax. I love how this posture presses the back into the floor. You have to think about your spine and just do your legs. Okay, keep your knees wide and towards the floor and try straightening your other leg without moving the knee. It wants to spring away from the floor. Beautiful. And releasing. We're going to finish off with the soles of the feet together. You know what? It'd be really nice to put the blanket back under the hip. So let's do that. Soles of the feet together. Baddha Konasana. And just giving yourself to the shape of the pose, the shape of the equipment. This is a beautiful posture to finish our term of practice. Appreciating in your body the gift of yoga that you give yourself. How your body feels, how your breath feels. If you would like to stay in your own Shavasana, then by all means bring your legs in and stretch them out to straight. Namaste to you. If, like me, you need to finish your practice, bring your leg up and enjoy rolling to your side. And coming up to sitting. Bring your hands in front of your heart. Take the feeling of the practice with you. Namaste.